Big news out of the nation's capital today, as well as it looks like the Capitals could be on the move from D.C. to Alexandria, Virginia. I'm really happy you asked that question.
He said you got to take it for the team. I know you guys were wondering.
Yeah, I was.
All right, back to
Monumental Sports and Entertainment, who own and operate the Capitals, issued the following statement today. Monumental Sports and Entertainment founder, chairman, principal partner, and CEO Ted Leonsis announced the company has reached a framework of an agreement for a public-private partnership to create a world-class entertainment district in Alexandria at Potomac Yard, pending legislative approval and completion of definitive documents. This would relocate the NHL's Washington Capitals and the NBA's Washington Wizards home arena to Virginia beginning in 2028, should the proposal become finalized. So with that move, gives us the ability to talk about the Capitals, who have been bit of a surprise this season. If the season ended today, they would be the final wild card spot in the Eastern Conference. You see they're in fourth place in the Metro, but they've got a couple of games in hand on everybody else. So the Capitals, let's just put it this way. Bruce, start with you. Do you think that they could be a playoff team this year?
Well, you know what? At the beginning of the year, I didn't think so. Like, I mean, knowing the roster and looking it over and everything. But, I mean, they find ways to win. Spencer's done a tremendous job of them being, I think they're a top 5 defensive team in the league. And when you can play solid defense, you don't need a lot of goals to score, to win games. And I think they've done that. I mean, can they continue it? I don't know. I mean, but every time you think, like they lose 6-0 to Arizona and you go, uh-oh, here they go. And then all of a sudden they win the next 2. So, I mean, there's a lot of pride in that room, even though they're a little older than most teams, that these guys, they come to play. And I truly believe that before this season is over, Ovechkin's going to get hot, so that's going to give him another leg to stand on.
Yeah, well, Eej, that's the thing that stands out to me. I mean, you look at room to grow. They're doing this with Alex Ovechkin only having 5 goals, 1 power play goal. So let's pivot to Ovechkin for a second. Look big picture. Do you think that this is a sign of a decline? Can he still, and will he still break Gretzky's record?
Well, I would say this, is that, you know, early in the year, the Edmonton Oilers got off to a disastrous start. They ended up firing their coach. And, you know, we talked about, hey, there's a good chance they're going to miss the playoffs this year. And what happened? Hot. They got hot, right? And that's a team. There was a body of work there with McDavid and Draisaitl and some of the others. And I would say there's been a large body of work with Alex Ovechkin. You had him for many, many years in Washington. So I'm not really ready to write off Alex Ovechkin at this point. It has been a slow start. You know, we've talked a little bit about it, Coach, and talked about, like, you know, he doesn't look as, you know, he needs to maybe pick up the speed in his game a little bit. But he's one of those guys, he finds ways to score. He loves to score. I'm sure he's really not happy. He's probably wearing on him, right? I mean, goal scorers, right? They want to score goals. So I got to think he's going to figure it out. As for catching Gretzky, with each passing games that goes by, if you don't score, right, it's just math. It gets harder.
Yeah, I still believe he's going to get 25 to 30 this year. I know him too well, and I've only seen the really good stuff for 4.5 years with coaching him. And like, I mean, he's gone at one point in his career 11 games without a goal. And so this is just...
Who's that guy behind the bench?
I know. They use the same one with glasses all the time. Yeah. It's the only picture they got of him, I think. But anyway...
A little animated there, right there.
Yeah, well, Alex probably wasn't back-checking like I wanted. But, I mean, the thing about Alex is he comes to play. And, I mean, the one thing I watch when I'm watching the Caps, when they score, he's still just as happy as if he scored. Yeah. And, I mean, I think that's great. His enthusiasm is still there. I believe if he's going to get 25 to 30, that he's still going to catch Gretzky. If he ended up with 11 goals this year or something like that, I think his pride would come in and he'd start to worry about whether he could do it or not. But I have all the faith in Alex. I've had it forever, so I think he's going to continue. Now, let's not forget, he's leading the team in scoring. Yeah. But, I mean, it's a low-scoring team. He's only got 16 points. You know, so, I mean, we'll see how it goes.
And I just want to add one quick thing, because we started this with the announcement of the Capitals, with the possibility of this move that they're thinking they're going to take to Virginia. And it's important for the teams, 32 teams in this league. They're all competing for players. They all want to have the very best of everything. And for the Washington Capitals, they feel like, you know, they love to have a new practice facility right near where the arena, state-of-the-art, because you're trying to attract players, right? And if you see it in all the different sports. So, you know, just we'll see how this plays out over time. It looks like there's still a lot to do between now and that happening down the road. But that's what they think they have in mind, is this ability to compete with everybody, and then to have opportunity to maybe have other streams of revenue in that area.
Yeah, it's such a good point. I think oftentimes fans look at, all right, it's just about the bottom line dollar amount, but there are things on the edges too that attract players to certain
100%.
But, you know, just to your point there, when I was coaching there, they were building Kettler, which is their practice facility now, and George never wanted us to practice when we were on the road in another building that had a great facility just in case free agency came around.
That's right.
They didn't have anything at that point. So, I mean, you know, it's an important thing to be shiny, new, and everything being great. So, I mean, it's not for 5 years, but I mean, I think it's a good move.
So we'll see. We'll see. That George McPhee, he's always thinking about everything.
Yeah, he was.
The
little details.
Yeah.
Little details that matter.